Yo, what's up guys, it's me, Mezokvi, and today I'll be reviewing the all-new Jurassic World Battle of Big Rock Hammond Collection Allosaurus figure. Alright, so before we get into the figure itself, let's take a look at the packaging. So looking at the packaging, as you can see, there is a render of the Allosaurus figure on the front of the box. Up here you got the Jurassic Park icon with Hammond Collection logo. Down here you got the Allosaurus. And inside the packaging you got like an amber colored background. On the side you got Battle of Big Rock, which is what this dinosaur originally appeared in, I believe. I don't remember. But as you can see, also here is a render of the figure yet again, but with like a fiery like reflection on it. And on top you got, of course, Hammond Collection. On the back, as you can see, you got the Allosaurus in a pose with the Big Rock forest background. Of course, on the top corner you got Battle of Big Rock, and the other corner you got Hammond Collection. On the side over here, as you can see, you got a lot more upscale render, I guess, of the glass eye, which I mean doesn't really look like the package, but whatever. On the bottom you got another render of the Allosaurus on the side view. Down here you got some promotional figures, such as, if it will focus, such as the Ghost, the baby Triceratops, and the all-new Scutosaurus. Really neat. On the other side, of course, you got another Hammond Collection logo. And yeah, that is basically it for the packaging. Let's get into the figure. Alright, so looking at this figure, I just want to mention that this thing is just absolutely massive. I mean, the tail alone is just very, very long. In fact, I don't even think any of the dinosaur figures from Mattel has a tail this long before. It is insane. I love just the proportions, how accurate the proportions are on this figure. I mean, granted, yeah, the head is a little bit small, but the feet and the hands and the tail are just absolutely lovely looking. So looking up close to the head of the figure, like I said, the head unfortunately is a little bit small when compared to the body, but the sculpting on this head is really nice, I will admit. In fact, I believe this head sculpt is actually based on the Evolution Allosaurus. So yeah, I don't know, I could be wrong about that, but I remember hearing that's what this was primarily based on. But yet again, that wouldn't be too much of a surprise to me, because I believe this Ratosaurus and the Para have also been based on the Evolution models rather than the movie models. So it is interesting how Mattel likes to really reference Evolution. So looking at the paint of the head, as you can see, unfortunately, unlike the render of the box where it's a lot more accurate, they seem to really cut back on the tan paint. And as you can see, it's just mainly blue with some airbrushing or dry brushing in the back of the skull. But overall though, as you can see, you got some airbrush red right here. And as you can see, it also has the glass eyes. I'm looking at the other side of the head. As you can see, still got the red airbrushing, but primarily more of like a blue color on the head. So when looking inside the jaw, as you can see, the top jaw can move up and bottom jaw can move down. And when looking inside, as you can see, the roof of the mouth and the tongue and the teeth are all separate pieces. So instead of being individually painted, they just use the base color, which is nice because it looks a lot more clean. Of course, moving down the neck, as you can see, there is some like kind of a tan paint job of like airbrushing. I believe that's the technique that was used, but as you can see, it goes down the side of the neck as well as the bottom of the neck. Really nice looking. As you can see, the head can basically go up and down and somewhat rotate in a way, and the neck can full on rotate and go up and down and side to side. Really nice posability. Of course, it got that crocodilian scoots that the adult Allosaurus tends to have. Moving down onto the arms, just like all the other larger Hammond collection figures, the shoulders can indeed move and go in and out, elbows can move, hands can move and rotate. It's just like every other Hammond collection figure, but looking at the paint job, as you can see, it primarily has a tan base color but with dark blue airbrushing above. Really nice. These individual quills are all separate pieces, so they have more like a rubber texture to them. Going down to the legs, as you can see, just like every other Hammond collection figure, same exact articulation at the sides, the knees, ankles, and of course the feet. Looking at the skin texture, as you can see, really nicely textured. Normally Mattel figures tend to be a little bit more flat when it comes to texture, but this one really goes all out and it just really pops on the figure. And of course, looking at the feet, the claws are indeed painted. And actually, speaking of painted claws, the hand claws are also painted, which is really nice. Moving down along the tail, as you can see, the tail is just extremely long. I don't think I don't remember any Hammond collection or just Mattel figure in general having such a long tail, which is really nice because usually the tails are a lot more shorter and they're just not proportionally accurate. But I love how this one just looks so much better with the proportions. Of course, just like every other Hammond collection figure, the tail is made of rubber and is on a ball joint, so it can indeed swivel and rotate, and with it being made out of rubber, you can indeed bend it and pose it. And of course, looking at the paint sculpting, it has the crocodilian scoots that just goes all the way down to the very tip of the tail. Unfortunately, the paint does stop almost midway to the tip, so it is just all like bland one color, which is unfortunate, but it is something that Mattel does tend to do with all of their figures. Alright, so when comparing this to the other figures, this figure is actually pretty size accurate. In fact, here it is compared to a human figure. As you can see, this thing just absolutely towers over just a normal human figure, which is really nice. I love how they made it more size accurate. Unlike I believe the previous Battle of Big Rock Allosaurus was extremely small, but I am glad that they scaled this one up quite a bit. And speaking of other Allosauruses, here is the 2018 Fallen Kingdom Juvenile Allosaurus, and as you can see, this thing just absolutely towers over the juvenile and is really nice because you can actually have some contrast between, the species and the age differences. And two, in fact, if I'm correct, I believe the previous Battle of Big Rock Allosaurus was actually the same size as the juvenile, interestingly enough. But as you can see, they obviously scaled it up quite a bit and it looks absolutely wonderful. And of course, here it is compared to a raptor, because why not? Let's be real, there's like a whole bunch of raptors in this franchise, so gotta compare it to it. And it just absolutely towers over the raptor as well. But yeah, really nice size accurate, really nice sizing. Alright, but besides that, this was the Hammond Collection Allosaurus from Battle of Big Rock. What do you guys think of this figure? Tell me in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. But besides that, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It would really help me and this channel. Also, if you liked this video, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate that too. I have some socials down in the description, so if you want to check that out, I will be posting a whole bunch of other content down there. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.